Hello my loves, welcome back to my channel. I am Crystal, the Crystalline Priestess, and if you are new here, then I am an intuitive tarot and oracle reader, and I'm also an astrologer. So today I'm bringing you guys a reading that is all about Venus retrograde. So we are literally just about to start Venus retrograde around the 19th of December, I believe, and I'm filming this on the 15th, so she's close. You can kind of feel it. Venus has been in shadow for a little while now, and so this is actually a transit that only really happens about every 1.5 years or so. So it's not as common to have a Venus retrograde as it is to say have a Mercury retrograde. So I kind of thought this would be a really interesting topic to have a look at, and we can just kind of see what Venus going retrograde is bringing up for us, what it has in store for us, what we're needing to sort of know in regards to what is just going to go down, because it is in Capricorn, and Capricorn is sort of it's a very hard-working sign. It's very practical, it's very diligent, it's fact-based, it's very logical. It's interesting because Venus, Venus is the planet of love, beauty, and abundance, and value, self-esteem, self-worth. So I do feel like for a lot of us, we're going to be having a bit of a revamp when it comes to career and things like that, and just our legacy and where we're putting our time and our energy and all that sort of stuff. But it is going to vary and differ for everybody, especially according to your rising sign. So I do recommend that if you know what your rising sign is, then just going on any sort of astrological transit website and having a look at your progress chart, as well as possibly just your current transits, and just having a look at where Venus is sitting in your chart, and that is going to tell you where is being activated for this retrograde. So for example, I'm a Libra rising, and this is happening, I'm pretty certain it's in my 4th house. I actually still need to check, but I'm sure it's in my 4th house, and I naturally natally have Capricorn ruling my 4th house. So the 4th house is roots, it's family, it's home, it's it's kind of like the childhood and that sort of stuff. So it's actually interesting because I've been finding as we move into this retrograde cycle, I'm having a lot of like childhood memories come up and things, and just it's an opportunity for us to delve back into some things that maybe were a little bit toxic and just need shifting in whatever area. So for me, it's my home and family and all that sort of stuff, but for you guys, it could be something totally different. So let's just jump right into it. That is enough yapping away. You guys know the drill. You have a song, so make sure you check out your song along with the reading. If you guys want to book a personal reading with me, you can do that through the description box. You can go to my YouTube banner. I've got a bunch of different readings, and soon I'll have astrology readings up there as well. I do want to say, look at me, I got a chair. If you have noticed that all my previous readings, I filmed them sitting on the ground. I've finally gotten myself a little bit more together, and now I have a chair. I'm working with what I have, which is so not much. So we just kind of got to deal with it and run with it. Also, the smoke in the camera might be because I've got incense burning. So if that's like all up in the grill, it's because of that. So yeah, that is pretty much it. Is there anything else? Yeah, just do what you do when you're choosing your group, my loves. It's pretty much up to you. I would say grab a coffee, grab a drink, roll a spliff, get a wine out, have lunch, whatever it is. However you like to listen to these readings, just make it sort of an opportunity for self-care is kind of what I'm feeling like, especially because this is a Venus video. So I feel like if you can love up on yourself the most you can, maybe even watch this in the bath, that is going to be really, really good for you, as well as just taking time to really tune into each pile and to really tune in with yourself before choosing a group. You're probably going to find that the messages you receive are a lot more resonant the more you allow yourself to really like sit in with the energy of this reading. So there will be about a minute's meditation after this for you to sit on and pick your cards. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh my god, I just realized that I forgot to pick I didn't pick any things to go on top of the deck, so we're just going to use the decks then. Group 1 is going to be, I'm going to call it the Mystical Tarot because I can't remember what it's called and I've lost the box. But we're going to call these the Mystical Tarot. So this is Group 1, Mystical Tarot. Group 2 is the, what's it called? Work Your Light Oracle. I'll be using all of these cards in all the readings, but it's just like you guys can choose. And then the last one is the Black Moon Astrology card deck, Oracle card deck. So take some time, my loves, meditate on these 3 different decks, and we will hop into your reading and I'll meet you in your timestamp. So I love you so much. Take care, and let's jump right into it. Peace. Hello, pile 1, my loves. If you chose this mystical tarot deck, then this is going to be the reading for you about what Venus retrograde is going to be bringing up for you. So we're going to start off by having a look at what area of your life in particular Venus is retrograde is going to be activating for you. Did you just see that? I don't know if I can have these candles here on this table, because I swear to God, that wanted to set on fire. That's amazing. So, yo, that's hilarious. I swear if I pick this group, 4th house, roots, it's what I was talking about literally in the freaking intro. So for you guys, your area of life that Venus retrograde is going to be activating, it feels as though we've got age coming out with Saturn return, and we have roots. It's your childhood. You know what I think is really coming up for you guys, and I was really getting this feeling when I was listening to your song. It almost feels like a coming around of self-esteem issues. So you guys feel as though you have, you've had some things happen in your life. I'm hearing the word restriction. So like, I don't know if you've been through situations maybe when you were younger, maybe when you were a kid, where people sort of attacked your self-esteem in a way. And attack sounds harsh, but that's kind of what it is, you know, like when we get bullied, and I'm pretty sure that pretty much every kid that goes through life and goes through school gets bullied. Just some of us, it's a lot worse than others. So I will hands down definitely say I was one of those very bullied kids. So I know what it's like. I know how it feels. And it really does play on self-esteem, literally until adulthood. So the feelings I'm getting from this with Saturn return age is that Venus retrograde is bringing to light the fact that you've lost so much of your self-esteem growing up. It's the roots. You know, your roots are what is being highlighted, because you're really needing to sift through this and take responsibility for what's yours, but to leave what's not yours behind as well. So I actually really love this. I feel as though you guys are kind of like heading back down the road of what you liked to do when you were younger. What are some of the things that you loved to do as a kid, as a child, as well as what did you like to do with your family? You know, I feel like the feeling that I'm getting is like some of you guys used to do something with your family that you absolutely loved, and as you've grown older, that's kind of like gone to the wayside as you've sort of grown in responsibility. And I feel like this is why Venus in Capricorn is kind of like this really interesting energy, because, you know, Saturn rules over Capricorn rules over Saturn, sort of thing. It's like that's the energy. So, you know, like I was saying in the intro as well, Capricorn energy is diligent and it's hardworking, and, you know, it's responsible. And so Saturn is all about sort of like taking responsibility. And I feel like maybe as you guys have gotten older, you've lost a little bit of that spark that you might have had as a child and when you were younger, because of self-esteem issues and things. And because Venus is all about the self-esteem, it's our self-worth. So with you guys kind of like needing to step into this responsible role, because a lot of you guys, I want to say a lot of you guys probably had to take care of other siblings or have had to take care of even your parents. But it almost feels as though, like with Saturn return, age, and 4th house roots, you grew up a little bit too quick, pile 1. So Venus is kind of trying to bring about pretty much this feeling of freedom again. I feel like it's trying to show you where you had lessons that you had to learn, that you set out to learn in this lifetime, in this experience, and you've learned those lessons, and now it's kind of time to essentially integrate them so that you can move on now into pretty much like a much stronger sense of yourself. Because I feel like for some of you guys, you might have had to like look after parents or family members or siblings, and you know, you just had a bit of a tougher childhood. And I just saw 444 on the camera, 4th house, so foundation, just a tough upbringing when it came to your roots and your foundations. And this could even be ancestrally, like you have had an ancestral line that is kind of like it's been restrictive, you know, it's been difficult, it's been a tough energy to work through. And so Venus retrograde is going to be focusing a lot on your connection to family, connection to your roots, connection to who you are, connection to how you've become who you are. And it's really, I think that's why I kind of like love the fact that it's in Capricorn, because I feel like this is us really getting like diligent with what didn't work in the past, what was really kind of like not beneficial, what just was not for us, or just what kind of was toxic for us. And now it's kind of like, well, now we're setting boundaries, now we're getting disciplined, now we're going to begin to like put into motion our trajectory for the future, really, because Capricorn is all about climbing the mountain. It's all about building towards the future. So what you guys really are going to find over this retrograde is that things from the past might come up. You know, family members might pop out, you might talk to siblings, you might just be in a lot of communication with your family. Could even be that you struggle, that you have some arguments with your family, that you have some fights and things with your family. But essentially, it's all happening because it's time for you to maybe like step out on your own, because I feel as though it's your self-esteem that has stopped you from really truly like jumping out into the world as the authentic version of yourself, or as the most authentic version of yourself. Because it does feel, yes, that's right. Because no way, exactly, the devil and the priest. Look at these contrasting energies, my love, with the 2 of cups at the bottom there. So see how they're both children? I feel as though you had to compromise some things when you were a kid, and it's played over into your adult life. Like you've literally grown up with these toxic attachments that have kind of like, I literally kind of am seeing them as if like they're just like, it's like a suit of armor, like literally like a suit of armor. Like this devil card just feels as though we didn't have a super duper healthy childhood in this group. So I know that some of you have definitely had, you know, addictions as a part of your family lineage. This could be something that you've grown up with as well, that you find that you kind of get caught up in addictive tendencies. And this is because of this 4th house energy. It's the roots, because there's this devil energy that's been lingering on your energy for quite a long time, and I can feel it. It's been there for a long time, like Saturn return. It's something that you've always known is there as well. With priest coming out, I feel as though, you know, this is something internally that you actually know that you've been going through, that you are aware of, but maybe you just haven't been sure how to actually like deal with it. And Venus moving into Capricorn and going retrograde is literally going to like bring all this to the surface for you. And the devil is actually ruled by Capricorn. So you've literally got Capricorn in the 4th house. Some of you guys are Libra risings. which would explain the 4th house coming out, because you have had, you know, a lot of Libra risings have Capricorn ruling our 4th house, and Capricorn ruling the 4th house can be really tough. It's a restrictive energy. It's what I was saying earlier, where it's, you know, you grow up too quick because you have to take care of others. It's not a super duper free childhood. It's a restrictive childhood, because Capricorn is, like I said before, Saturn. It is it's about responsibility. So these responsibilities have acted almost like a devil on you throughout your life, where you learned that you had to put others first as opposed to putting yourself first. You know, you compromised the part of you that was more so connected to actually who you are, like your actual being. And that's why it's played into your self-esteem. And so with Priest coming out, I feel as though this is really actually powerful, because I feel like you've conformed in your past to this toxic sort of energy without even realizing it. And so now you're going to be really sifting through and just like dissecting this unworthiness that I feel like you feel. And for some of you guys, I do want to say, it could even be friendship groups. It could have been that when you were younger, you also had some friends that might have like been bullies or just gossiped about you. There could have been a lot of gossip surrounding you, and it's sort of just, it played on your self-esteem so much that you have literally restricted yourself in your adult life from going for what you actually truly want, and for giving yourself what you need, and for really nourishing and taking care of yourself. Because we have the Queen of Pentacles coming out, and the Queen of Pentacles, she's all about that self-love, self-care, self-nourishing. She's so abundant, she's so beautiful, you know, she's connected to herself. I see her as like the ultimate Taurian queen, where she just kind of you know, she is connected to nature. She's connected to the health of her body. She's connected to the radiance of abundance, essentially. I feel like some of you guys might have actually physically blocked abundance from you because of this self-worth, self-esteem issue that has come up literally as a result of your childhood. So it's the focus particularly for you guys is, wow, look, there's that inner child, the sun. So yeah, this is all about finding happiness within yourself again, pile 1. And I actually really love this energy. Wheel of Fortune at the bottom of the deck and 1111 on the camera. How cool is that? So this is a very powerful time in life for you, I want to say, group 1. It's a time where the wheel is turning, essentially. Like, things are changing, things are shifting. It's all about happiness for you now. It's all about finding peace with your past and finding peace with who you've become, who you are, and where you're going in life. I feel as though, you know, look, you've got the devil. The devil, it's interesting because you've got lovely cards out here. The devil is this only kind of like toxic kind of card, but at the same time, I'm not getting super duper toxic vibes off this. I feel as though this devil is talking about when you were younger. It's talking about previous experiences that essentially you felt stuck in, you know, you felt attached to. You've obviously just, you know, had some experiences that really shaped you in a way. And so I feel like this is like an opportunity for you to rewrite your story and for you to look at things from a more aged perspective, essentially. Like, I feel as though you've grown now. You can look back on your childhood and see, okay, well, I can see that I didn't deserve that, and that wasn't right, and that, you know, my parents should have taken better care of me, but they didn't. And it's coming to terms with that and accepting that was almost like, with this Wheel of Fortune, I'm literally, because the Wheel of Fortune is all about karma to me, and I'm seeing it as though like you have made specific choices in this lifetime. And I don't want to trigger anyone at all either, because I know that some of you guys have probably had a really, really toxic childhood. And, you know, I'm not saying it's your fault by any means. Like, that's not what I'm saying. I'm literally just saying that we come to Earth sometimes with our soul having a particular mission and having particular things that it wants to focus on. And so this was a learning curve for your soul. And so this retrograde is actually going to have you understanding that in a really powerful way. This sun trumps everything. The sun card is the happiest card you can get. You know, there's no more joy than the sun. It's radiant, it's like vitality. It's essentially you building a more safe, Like, look at this. Look at the way she's holding that kid. It's building a safe relationship between you and your inner child. I think that you're going to become almost like your own parental figure. You know, I feel as though Venus is teaching you, to release, to let go, to begin to move on from these restrictions, from these things that have kept you feeling really quite stuck. And I really, I feel wholeheartedly that a lot of you guys read on pile 1, not all of you of course, but a lot of you guys are literally Libra risings, and I really do feel as though you have had an awful lot of, because that's the interesting thing about a Libra rising. You look at a Libra rising and you usually think, oh my God, they're such a lovely person, you know, their energy is just beautiful, and you know, they really care about others, and they're so nice to be around. But a Libra rising usually comes with a 4th house Capricorn, which means that, you know, the way we put ourselves out in the world as these beautiful nurturing souls, it comes from struggle, it comes from pain, it comes from a childhood that wasn't very nice. And so we've had to learn to become our own person and to free ourselves from the toxicity. And that's what this retrograde's all about for you, my love. It is all about letting go. The 6 of Swords is about moving on. You know, see how they're both looking at that castle in the background. Like, they're not focused on these poisonous, I keep calling them bushes, but they're vines. These poisonous vines. See, these vines, you know, if they choose to focus on them, which, you know, in the suit later on down the line they do, they find that they actually get caught up in it, and it sort of becomes like a big mess. But in this point in the card, they're not looking towards their vines, they're looking somewhere else. So this is about turning your attention elsewhere. So, you know, you're going to find that there's a lot of childhood things coming up, and a lot of just root related things that are really going to make themselves known throughout this transit, and you're going to be mastering your ability to let them go. I feel as though there is so much that you're actually going to be learning throughout this transit. 10 of Wands, yeah. Because I feel as though you're really at the end now. Like, you've done an awful lot of work. We have 10-10. So this is 3 cups at the bottom again as well. So this is coming to the end of a cycle, essentially. It's something that you've put a lot of thought into previously. Like, this might not be a new thing for you guys at Group 1. I want to say, it's not just all of a sudden that you're going to be thinking about your roots and focusing on this. It's just going to be that the focus intensifies. So I think you've already been sifting and moving through this energy where you can see, you know, your childhood wasn't exactly what it should have been. And I think you've been trying to process this and deal with this for quite a long time now. This 10 of Wands with this Wheel of Fortune is kind of telling me, and the 6 of Swords, and the 3 of Cups really, is kind of talking about the fact that over this retrograde is when you're going to sort of find this wheel begin to actually turn. Because it's almost like Venus is going to open and unlock your mind to different ways of thinking, alternative ways of thinking. And you're going to be able to see things, I don't want to say from a higher perspective, because I feel like you guys already have a really good perspective on, you know, your roots and what has caused you to have these self-esteem issues and to have these personal issues. And I also feel as though some of you feel like you're too old to be starting whatever it is that you're starting as well. That's a side message. Some of you guys, I feel as though you want to start your own businesses, or you want to start your own little things, and I feel like you might be too old. Because, you know, and this is what I want to say. This is really important. This is really important. I can really feel our guides at the moment being like, yo, say this. So I actually read a quote quite a long time ago now, and it said something along the lines, I can't remember it exactly, and I butcher the hell out of things when I try to do this, but it was something to the effect of, when you grow up with trauma, if you've grown up with trauma, you know, if you've grown up with serious family and mental health issues and just things that sort of throw a spanner in the works in life, you're gonna be behind. You know, you're gonna, say you get 2 people that are the exact same age. One has a childhood that is fine, you know, perfect. You know, it's a great childhood. Mum and dad are great. They've got resources, support, all that sort of stuff. It's fantastic. Then we get another child the same age that doesn't have that support, that doesn't have that, you know, healthy childhood foundation to grow up on. this person is going to be able to transverse through life a lot easier than this person. And this is what I really want to bring up. There's nothing wrong with being this person. There's nothing wrong with being the person that has had to struggle to find themselves. You know, there's nothing wrong with that, because your soul chose this as well. This is something that you're here to teach on this planet, something that you needed to learn. So it's about being okay with the fact that you're going to be behind, and that's fine. Who cares? You know, there's no race. There's no finish line. That's the thing. We go through life thinking that it's a race and that we all need to like rush to the finish line and make it so that we're all successful and we look all certain ways. Fuck that. It's not real. It's all literally, and this is why Capricorn, because Capricorn is sort of like the collective agenda, government sort of thing. You know, it's law enforcement sort of thing. And so this is breaking free of that, because why do we even believe it? You know, like it's something that our parents were taught, their parents were taught, and then, you know, their parents were taught, so they taught their kids, and then their kids taught us. We're not going to do the same thing, right? You know, like we're not going to teach our kids that the only way to be successful is to like have millions of dollars in the bank, because, you know, that's not going to make you successful. How you feel determines your own success. So this is kind of, I went on a bit of a tangent, I'm sorry. If you guys like listen to my readings often, I tangent, I'm sorry. But anyway, my throat chakra is now like, I just want you guys to know, like, it is totally fine. You're going to be behind, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like, you can't expect to be at somebody else's chapter 20 when you're only at your own chapter 10. Like, there's no jumping. You have to go through the steps. You have to go through each chapter. You can't just open the book at chapter 15 and think you know what's going on. You have to go through the motions. So anyway, my loves, that's that little tangent right there. I just want you to know that it's so okay to be where you are, and this retrograde is going to be the catalyst to bring you so much joy, bring you so much happiness. And I feel like, I think you're going to be opening up to people a little bit more, and like conversing with friends a little bit more, and just like being really authentic with maybe telling your story and like letting it be known and not being ashamed of it anymore. Because the worst thing is when we hold on to shame in regards to a particular story, you know, because there's no reason for us to feel ashamed. It's only our own perception that we're worth less because we've been through tough things. Like, that is completely backwards, completely. And it's a common thing. Like, I'm not just saying this because, like, you know, it's just to be said. Like, it's a common thing. Like, and I've experienced it completely. Like, the feeling of shame when you go through tough times or have a difficult childhood, it's very strange. It'll like eat you up, and it'll really, really play on your soul. So that's why this self-care thing is the most important thing that you can possibly do for yourself. And, you know, just thinking positively. I think thinking more positively about who you were as a kid, who you are as a human being. Have a look. Even if you can get out literally my guides are telling me to tell you to get out a photo albums from when you were a kid, and get out some photos of yourself being adorable, you know, like looking super cute, or just doing some of the things you used to do, dressed up, who cares, like we're all weird kids, we all did weird shit. Get into it and go through that album with so much love in your heart. Like, try and look at yourself from a different perspective. Try and look into your own eyes. I've actually put a photo of myself as a kid next to my bed, so when I wake up in the morning, I try to like have a look at myself as a child and like feel love for that, because this is very similar to the path I've literally been on the past like 2 years. Really, is like coming back home to myself, because I, like you guys, lost my identity with compromising myself over always being of service to others, because I grew up that way. I grew up looking after my little brother. In a way, and like sort of like, you know, doing all that sort of shit, and I was in a way like a second mother and it actually wasn't beneficial to him or me in the end. So anyway, you had the 5 of Wands coming out in reverse right on top of this Devil. So this is releasing, and actually I want to say this too, because the 2 of Swords came out as well. This is choosing. I feel as though you're deciding, you're choosing to trust yourself and your intuition over the voices and the opinions of others, because some of you probably have loud family members, or you used to have loud family members, that you find their voice may still be lingering in your head, even if you're not around them anymore. You can still have like that lingering voice from your mom or your dad, or even like an annoying sibling that is always telling you you're not good enough or anything like that. You internalize that, and it kind of becomes your own voice in a way, and you start to tell yourself that. So that's what's really shifting for you over this retrograde. And it is going to take work. It's going to take thought work. It's going to take dedicating yourself to your self-care and to self-love and really giving yourself what you need. I think you're going to be focusing a lot more on positivity and peace and just trusting and following in your intuition rather than like believing in everyone else and everything else. I do think you're going to be making a decision over this retrograde, and it's really going to be like a powerful decision in choosing you, essentially. Yeah, Knight of Swords, because I think you have some visions that you want to bring into reality, and you kind of want to like just go for it. And I do feel as though you've been waiting a long time now, and I feel like what this retrograde is bringing up is like, it's clearing out your thoughts, it's clearing out your mind, it's creating space for you to be able to actually take off now on this journey that you're going to go on. And for some of you guys, it's definitely business. Like, I don't know why, there's nothing out here that so much says business, but for some of you guys, it's business, or it's creativity, or it's just, you know, starting a new job in, you know, an industry that you've never tried before, that your family always said, you know, there's no money in that. You know, put it kind of where it fits, but you're going to be taking off. And I love the fact that this Knight of Swords is holding the sword down through that flower. The way I'm seeing it is the flower is purple, which to me symbolizes intuition, and it's grounded. This is grounded intuition, because she's got the sword literally going through the flower. So I feel like you're grounding your thoughts and deciding to like act upon them, and really, really clearing out your mind. So I want to have a look now. What is it exactly that pile one needs to release in order to bring about this like really beautiful shift in happiness and self-love and self-care? Six of Pentacles. So this is believing and knowing that you're worthy. There's definitely some financial things coming through for you guys. So some of you guys could have had like financial struggles throughout your entire lifetime. You could have like beliefs that have been passed down to you from ancestors and family members that are really not serving you in abundance wise. Wow, legit. I love when I'm talking and the cards back me up. Strength in reverse. So it's been a real triggering thing for you. I feel like this is taking like a serious taming of a dragon. Like this strength in reverse is kind of talking about you have the strength and you know you do, but it's been a mission. It's certainly been an experience. And so with this kind of coming out as what it is you need to release, this is not feeling so triggered by, for a lot of you guys, it does have to do with wealth. It has to do with abundance, and it has to do with like money and resources, and even maybe for some of you guys, health. I feel as though what's coming up is a need to really balance out your emotional body. So this is balancing out your pain body and your emotional body. So like there's the healed body, and then there is the pain body. So you can really, really tell when you're in either one. And I feel like this retrograde is going to be bringing you into more understanding of when you're in which, and how you can actually decide to move into like a more like a calmer state of being, essentially. So with strength in reverse, I really do feel as though, you know, this is taming the anger that wants to come through at times about this, you know, not lashing out at family members, not lashing out at yourself, not allowing your triggers to be other people's problems in a way, because yes, your family might have caused this. It is the root of the problem. It is the root of the cause. I'm so sorry if you guys can hear that dude outside. Curse you! But it's accepting and taking responsibility now for the fact that you're old enough to decide to let this go. You're old enough to heal this. You're old enough to parent your own inner child, and you're old enough to create a life that really is, you know, for you rather than against you. Because we can really grow up sabotaging ourselves in a way. And I don't so much want to say sabotaging, because it's not like trying to actually sabotage ourselves consciously. And the thing with self-sabotage as well is it's not so much like self-sabotage, like I'm actively trying to sabotage myself. It's that there's a part of us that feels as though what we're trying to achieve is detrimental to that part of us that is trying to sabotage it. So it's a fear mechanism, you know, it's safety. It's trying to keep us protected by keeping us from stepping outside of our comfort zone. So this is needing to get a hold of yourself in a way. And you know, when you become really emotional and you want to start like flipping out and kicking boxes and smashing things and punching walls, you know, it's not going to be everyone gets that angry, but for some of you guys it does. I can feel it. I'm even getting flashbacks to my own like angry episodes. So definitely for some of you guys, like you get mad, like not just mad. So this is kind of learning to, instead of take it out like that, it's learning to breathe and learning to sit more in yourself, possibly having baths, you know, just taking care of your needs rather than just lashing out in reactive mode. And I want to tell you, like, this is great. The Six of Pentacles with the Ace of Pentacles is talking about how much luck you're actually going to be bringing in. So with this being like what you need to release any sort of lack mentality. You need to release anything that tells you that you're not worthy enough, that you're not good enough, that you don't deserve what you want, that you are broken, that you've been tainted, that, you know, your childhood has made it so that you're always going to be a certain way. Like all of these I am. Think about it. Start to take note of what comes after I am in your mind every time, every day. Try and get really on top of this, because it's the thoughts that come from your pain body or your shadow side that are sort of still trying to convince you that you are not as abundant and prosperous and beautiful and high vibe and magical as you are, because you're super duper magical. You're like, some of you guys are really spiritually connected. You're really intuitive. You're really like a bright, beautiful being of love and light at your core. It's just that, you know, life has sort of been tough. Life's been rough. None of us get out unscarred. None of us. So yeah, my main bit of advice for you guys is to just release any sort of negative thinking about abundance and resources and prosperity and self-love, because I can see it sitting here. It's sitting here, right here, saying you are so abundant. The universe is sitting here with this beautiful offer right now with all this beautiful like fruits. You know, fruit is abundance. Like, it's like there's so much for you that you don't realize. Yeah, Queen of Wands at the bottom of the deck in reverse. You're not confident enough in yourself, in your abilities, in your ability to create financial abundance, just freedom essentially in your own life, and self-love. Like, it feels as though you don't feel as though you can care for yourself because of the resources. This is you needing to choose, you know what, I don't need anything outside of what I already have to be to be more abundant. I choose because it lives within me. It does not live externally. It lives inside of my soul. So let's get one final thing. We're just going to have a look at the outcome. Essentially, I can already see the outcome here is that there's a lot of abundance for you. An awful lot of abundance. It's just that you need to make this real. You really need to make this real, because when an ace comes out, especially the Ace of Pentacles, you've got the happiest card and you've got the luckiest card in the tarot. So two beautiful, beautiful cards. But they do talk about needing to actually physically do something. You have to ground this energy into reality. You can't just sort of like hope that it's going to sort of shift and happen for you. It's something you actually need to physically do. And there's that Queen of Wands again. It's needing to have the confidence in yourself to give yourself what you need, essentially. So the outcome, yes, Eight of Pentacles, Knave of Pentacles, yes, Strength in reverse. So what the outcome is for you guys, we have 2 8s as well, and 8s are all abundance, which I absolutely love that. So the connection with your roots is literally directly linked to your abundance, to your wealth, to your get into the bag. You know, you felt like you don't have, it's almost like, and this is why Capricorn is so doing this, but I almost feel as though like you guys have wanted to get to the bag, but you haven't felt like you could yet, because, you know, it's like the motivation's there, but it's not passionate enough. It's not exciting enough. Like, you're not feeling like it's possible for you enough yet. And it's the feeling of needing to like tame these thoughts and to really expand your mind on what is actually possible for you. Like, what would it feel like to have infinite abundance? What would it feel like to work for yourself and to be doing what you love every single day? Get clear on that. Eight of Pentacles is telling me that what this entire thing is going to be bringing full circle for you is you're going to be getting to work. Knave of Pentacles with the Eight of Pentacles, some of you guys will be either starting new jobs or, like I said before, you're starting a business. You're starting something new. Some of you guys, it could even be like a workout routine, starting to like maybe incorporate more strength and masculinity into your workouts, and like not masculinity to like meh, but like, you know, maybe lifting weights more, or just getting a little bit more like diligent and just like working a little harder in you know, boxing. Some of you guys could even be like doing boxing and things like that, but you are going to be getting to work. So I really love this energy for you guys. I really do. This reading was not meant to be this long, but I kind of wanted to also just like let spirit talk, because I keep trying to cap these readings and I just can't. Like, spirit likes to talk through me. I like to talk. I kind of get paid to talk. So, you know, it's just, it is what it is. But I really, ooh, look at that. Yes. Just say yes. Say yes to yourself. Say yes to your life. You have 3 massive yeses out on this table. So whatever it is, my love, I want to tell you that you have so much support from the higher realms with whatever it is that you're building, with whatever it is that you're creating. Like, you are going to succeed, but you need to believe it in yourself first and see that you're worthy. Have confidence in your ability, my love, because you are so much more competent than you allow yourself to believe. This is also awesome. Look, you have Council of Light, Divine Orchestration, Helpers in the Subtle Realms, and Star Mother. How can you mother yourself? What were we freaking talking about just before? Legit, this is what I love about freaking readings. It's so much fun. Mothering yourself. Treat yourself as though you are this gorgeous little child. You need to give yourself what you didn't have. And I want to say, like, you have so many angels, you have so many ancestors, you have so many beings surrounding you as you go through this process. This literally feels like so many ancestors. You are the one to heal an awful lot of ancestral trauma. You are the one to break generational curses. You are the one to shake things up and to shift things completely. You're going to be the one that shows the rest of your lineage what is possible. But what needs to happen is you having confidence in your own success. Bottom of the deck in reverse is this Nine of Pentacles, because you don't feel safe in your own abundance yet. You don't feel safe in your own ability to create on your own. Ace of Wands as well. You know, you've got this beautiful, passionate, exciting idea. Something that wants to be birthed and created through you, and you're still questioning whether you're actually able to do it. This is your confirmation. Yes, you are. Whatever that thing is that you've been thinking about, whatever it is that you've been questioning whether you can do it, and it's time to get to work, okay? So this is what I have for you, my love. I also really just want to say, like, please do not underestimate the amount of help that you have in the subtle realms. I really, really want to tell you to work on your chakra alignment. Literally just seeing this as chakras, so meditating and sitting upright could be really, really powerful for you guys. I don't know why this message is coming through, but it's actually something I've been finding out recently. Is I used to always meditate sitting up, you know, like, I'm a yogi at heart. I was a yogi before I was ever into tarot and all that. So I used to sit, like, I was very, very good with my posture. And I found over the past 2 years going through a depression, I only ever meditated lying down. Well, now I've started recently sitting up again, and it's this chakra alignment right through here. It's the openness of your body. I feel like for some of you guys, like, it's definitely the exercising and working out and opening up your human vessel is really going to help you, like, anchor in a lot more high vibrational energy and just like downloads, essentially, just like communicating with your ancestors, your star family, you know, your galactic beings, the beings that are surrounding you in love and light always. So anyway, I can't believe how long I've just talked in this reading. I'm so sorry, you guys. Thank you with my whole heart, from my whole heart, for still being here with me. If you are still here with me, like, let me know, because this is a long reading, so like, I am impressed. I love you so, so much. I hope that this Venus retrograde is as abundantly beautiful to you as it looks like it's going to be. It's a big fat yes. Like, it's time to start, like, getting proactive about your creations, my love. It really is. So that is what I have for you. Make sure you do give this video a like if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you're not already subscribed to my channel. There will be videos coming every single week. Hopefully over time I'll get a better camera because I can fix my camera eventually. But this is just what it is at the moment. Oh well, you know, it is what it is. And yeah, make sure you check me out on Instagram and TikTok as well, and check out your song. And yeah, if you want to book a personal reading with me, you can do that at crystallinepriestess.com. Yeah, I will see you guys in the next reading. Thank you to your guides, my guides, all the beautiful benevolent beings that are surrounding us in all moments. And I will see you in the next reading. Bye. Hello, my loves. Group 2. If you chose the Oracle deck, Lightworkers, I think it was, then this is going to be the reading for you. So firstly, we're just going to be having a look at what area of your life is being activated by this Venus retrograde. And yeah, then we'll kind of take it from there. So I feel like for you guys, I think you're grounding. I feel like you guys are getting more rooted and grounded in your sense of self-worth, your sense of self-esteem, your sense of maybe who you are and the things you value. So your mind is really going to be active over this retrograde. You are going to be thinking a lot, contemplating a lot, going back and forth, kind of like investigating. I think, you know what? I feel as though some of you guys are going to be talking less and listening more. I think you're going to be listening possibly to some other people's stories, you know, just, I'm not going to take both of them, but you had 4th house and lunar eclipse change coming out. So some of you guys are going to be moving. You could be changing homes, you could be moving somewhere completely different, but there's definitely changes that are probably coming to your home life, and maybe even the way that you actually live out your life, your day-to-day life, like in your home. I really feel as though you're connecting and grounding more into like what suits you and what will be like the best way that you can kind of move forward in your life, because Venus retrograde in Capricorn is kind of asking us to like look at where we're putting our intention and our energy every day when it comes to like the bigger things. So like even legacy and like career, you know, where are we putting our time, effort and attention? And you know what's interesting is how quiet the cards actually were for you. So, you know, I feel as though that's a message in itself that it took us so long to get you your second card, because I feel like you guys are listening more, you know, you're paying more attention. I feel as though you're making things less about you with Leo, I will at the bottom of the deck, and making things more so about maybe like the collective and just like what's going on as a whole. Wow, okay, cool, I love that. Your destiny. So one thing that is for sure, my loves, this Venus retrograde is a destined moment in time for your soul. So it's pointing you in the direction to your destiny. Essentially, it's pointing you into the direction of where you're meant to move in life. Some of you guys, it is a very creative way in which you're wanting to live your life, just a creative passion, creative pursuit. And I feel like this retrograde is going to be having you maybe thinking and paying more attention to like how you can best approach this. It could even be like taking in information. So like, you know, watching other people's YouTube videos if you're wanting to start a YouTube channel, like getting clear on what you want to do there, or like, you know, researching different artists, listening to different singers and things like that. Like just really researching and gaining like a wider perspective and a wider knowing of how you can incorporate like all these things that you really love and like blend them into something. Gemini rules like the hands, you know, it's like the jack of all trades. So I do feel as though like you've got a blend of different things that over this Venus you're going to feel like putting retrograde, you're going to feel like putting your time and energy and effort into. I think that what is mostly going to be coming up though is the fact that you guys are going to be slowing down a little bit. Because this Gemini energy, like Gemini is really, to me, it's really quick energy. It's really fast. It's like boom, 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 like kind of like all over the place. And I'm even getting like childlike wonder, like this feeling of just like being excited about everything. And so like, I think this is gaining clarity. I think this is going to be like helping you decide, helping you decipher. helping you figure out what you need to sort of do in order to move on this path towards your destiny, because this retrograde is definitely activating you towards your destiny. It's moving you forward. You could have been in a period of stagnation for a little bit, and so now you're feeling like this retrograde is making you feel as though it's time to start moving. I just saw 444 on the camera as well, so I feel like that's that roots that came out before too. Things are shifting up in your your roots, you know, like I don't know how else to say it, like you as a person, the foundation of your life, the structure of your life, like what you've created up until now. I think you're going to be having a big long think on how you can best, like, I want to say heal it, you know, I want to say like heal some of the aspects that are hindering you more than they're helping you. So the bottom of the deck, you have the Empress. So this is kind of like where you're particularly focusing, where you're really getting your energy sort of all up in this retrograde. And with the Empress coming out, like there's a lot of worth coming up, and that was in group 1 as well. Like it's a lot of self-worth and a lot of like self-care and self-understanding and self-nourishment. It's like coming to grips with the fact that you are the only person that can truly take care of yourself. No one's going to do it for you, you know. Even if you have an amazing partner, even if you have like amazing people around you, an amazing family, they're not going to be like, yes, maybe they can cook you dinner, you know, things like that. Like they can do things like that, but they're not going to help you love who you are as a person. They're not going to help you have a higher self-esteem. You need to build that on your own. And so Temperance, I actually love this energy. Temperance with the Empress is healing, literally healing self-worth, healing this sense of like self-love, really. I'm seeing her yellow dress as like gaining self-confidence, and we have Leo there as well. Leo, like this is solar plexus energy, so this is that confidence within yourself. And I feel as though you guys have become really resilient throughout your life, and you've kind of like dealt with things in a certain way up until now, but I feel like now you're feeling called to not pay so much attention to like the external, and you're going more inwards in terms of like, how can I listen to myself more? How can I pay more attention to my body and what I need? I really feel like this is like bringing you back home to the royalty that is you, to the beauty that is you, to the magic and the magnificence that is you. I really feel as though like you're grounding and rooting yourself back into who you are. And this is a similar message to like some of the other groups I've done, and a similar message that comes out quite a lot often, because I feel like the people that are, you know, you guys being drawn to my message, you are here to level up, you know, you're here to see yourself as the highest version of yourself. You're not here because you want to keep like cruising through life or anything. You want to be the best version of yourself that you can possibly be. And so this Venus retrograde is going to really help you to do that, because Venus, like I said in the intro, is all about our self-esteem. It's our self-worth. It's how we value things externally, but it's also how we actually value ourselves. So for you guys, it's kind of like coming to grips and coming to terms with the parts of you that still need to be worked on, the parts of you that still need to heal, the parts of you that still need to be kind of looked at and worked through and nourished. So you have the Ace of Pentacles coming out with the Five of Swords in reverse and the Ace of Swords upright as well. So 2 aces upright, 5 of Swords in reverse. I think that you guys are no longer going to be like fighting petty battles with other people. I don't think you're going to be feeling as though you need to convince other people anymore, like why you are the way you are, or why what you're interested in is important, or like, you know, why whatever it is that you want to do, because you have something that you're destined to do. You have something that you're destined to move in the direction of. You have something that is calling to you from like the depths of your soul. And I think like what this retrograde is going to be helping you to do is to become so strong in your sense of self and conviction that you're going to like not question it anymore. Like if someone has something negative to say, you're just going to brush it off, because you've healed so much, because you have such a high sense of self-worth and a high sense of self-regard. Like I said before, listening more, talking less, not needing to like convince anyone anymore of why this is so important to you, like why this is actually something that you want to put your heart and soul into, why why it's relevant, why it's good, you know, like all that sort of stuff. This is letting go of that, because you already know within yourself how prosperous this actually can be, how prosperous you as a person can be, how much you deserve to actually feel like nourished and taken care of. I feel like some of you guys are actually even physically going to be going through like a cleanse, like a self cleanse, taking care of your body, eating healthy food, maybe even restructuring your diet, and just like getting a lot more connected to like fruits and plant-based foods, and you know, just things that really feel as though they're like high vibrational. I feel like you're going to be putting your energy into things that are of a higher vibration than you maybe used to in the past, because I think like you're really being called into the mind. I think you're really intuitively being called to like not pay so much attention to the external and to pay more attention on the internal, you know. And this is building resilience within you. You're building strength of character. You're building strength in who you are and who you see yourself as. So I love that this Ace of Pentacles and this Ace of Swords is here. This is telling me you have a brilliant idea. You have something that is grounded, that needs to be birthed into reality thought-wise. Like there's a lot of thought here. So you're going to be having an idea over this retrograde that sets you in motion to the path of your like greatest success. It's the path for you to like receive the biggest blessings and the most abundance. It feels to me as though like some of you guys are moving towards like your part of fortune, and you have a part of fortune in your chart. It's the part where when you focus on that energy, when you move in that direction, the universe kind of just blesses you. So some of you guys could even have that part of fortune in Gemini, or it could currently be sitting in Gemini. Check your progress chart and all that sort of stuff. But essentially, Gemini is like, it's learning, it's growing, it's expanding, it's you know, it's like I said before, jack of all trades. Gemini wants to learn a little bit of everything. You know, it's kind of like like so many hands in so many different baskets, different buckets, you know, different things. And so, you know, the writing as well is a big thing for Gemini. I feel like Gemini is like reading, writing, putting it into like speaking, even like putting it in down on paper. So I think some of you guys are like going to be having this beautiful idea that you start to like actually implement and put down on paper, and really like start to see as being something that can really grow. And for some of you guys, it's definitely something that requires like, you know, some of you could be wanting to put something out on social media, building something that where you're going to be like kind of in the limelight, where you're going to be seen, where you're going to be noticed. And I just want to like confirm to you guys that this is, if that's what like is on your mind, if you already have had this idea and you know, you're like, you can even just feel it within your soul, like I want to do something where like, you know, I'm putting myself out there and I'm building a community and I've got like an audience sort of thing. That is written in your stars, you know, it's destined for you. So what is destined for you will not pass by you, my love. And this retrograde is going to be setting you in motion towards this. The Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords is talking about with both things, you do need to ground it. And that's what I said earlier too with the grounding. You're going to be grounding these ideas in reality. So the Ace of Pentacles is saying that there is an opportunity for a lot of abundance here. There is an opportunity for you to receive big blessings, but it is something that you need to, you know, do. It's not enough to just meditate on it. It's having to put in action steps towards that goal as well. You know, we can't just imagine ourselves being like this beautiful, oh, my love's home. Oh, hi. Cool. I knew it. I knew you were going to get home earlier. That's funny. So, yes, like I was just saying, like, I feel like you're going to be getting a surprise. Like, this could literally be a surprise. The fact that you have this idea and it feels like so exciting, it's going to like surprise the shit out of you, and you're going to be like, yes, yay. I love that. I really love that. So let's continue, because now I'm slightly distracted. I want to have a look at what this is all going to be teaching you. Like, what is this retrograde really going to be opening up for you? Yeah, Name of Swords, cool. Truth, self-expression. I feel like what's really coming up for you is self-expression. You're going to be, are you serious? You have the King of Swords in reverse at the bottom of the deck. Yo, are you guys like air signs? Let me know if you're an air sign. Like, some of you guys could be Geminis for sure, but there's just so much like air energy here, and it's so funny. Like, now I feel all really excited, and I can feel it. I can feel this energy. As soon as we were like, hey, you guys are going to be getting like an amazing idea, or an opportunity is going to be coming through that like really sparks your passion. I can really feel this excitement now, especially because the Knave of Swords is like a childlike energy. It's a young energy. And so with that coming out, it's kind of like, for some of you, 100%, you're putting yourself out there on social media. You could be beginning to heal your relationship with social media as well, and not being so afraid of it, because a lot of us, we're kind of like afraid to express ourselves authentically. You know, the way social media was kind of used was to kind of like highlight people's good moments in life. You know, it's like how they say it's a highlight reel, and I feel like what you guys want to do is come with a little bit more like actual expression and rooted groundedness in your ability to communicate with others. I don't feel as though you want to like sugarcoat shit. I feel as though you want to like make it like true, like especially with the King of Swords in reverse, like you want to tell the truth. You're giving me the energy of like someone that is like kind of sick of seeing the same old successful people, or like the same old like beautiful people doing the same things. Like you want to come at things with a different approach. So, you know, I feel like she's teaching you to do that. You know, she's teaching you to care about your own opinion more so than the opinions of other people, and to like really go, oh look, another knave, 2 pages, Knave of Cups now. So that one was in the reverse. So she's teaching you to trust in your own guidance system, because you're gonna have this information. I don't know if you've had it. Okay, some of you guys, you've probably already had this idea. For others of you guys, it's going to be coming up throughout the retrograde. Either way, it's going to be teaching you to like really pay attention to your intuition, and like to listen to it, and to get excited about it, and to like play with different elements of manifestation, I feel. And I feel like you guys are going to be getting like excited about all the different ways that you can kind of move about this. I love that this Ace of Swords is in the reverse, and I'm finding that this is quite correlated to this Judgment in reverse as well, because I feel like this Judgment in reverse is talking about, in the past you were a little bit too afraid of other people's judgments about what it is that you're doing, like too like so invested in like, what are they going to think of me, what are they going to talk about me, what are they going to say behind my back, like are people going to gossip, are people going to be like, oh my god, that girl is such a loser, like he is so lame for trying to like put himself out there and become successful on the internet. Like it's that kind of vibe, and that's the shadow side of Gemini as well, which can be very and I have my Lilith in Gemini, so I know it can be petty as hell. It can be one sort of like gossipy bitch. So I feel as though that's what you're healing through. And 8 of Swords in reverse, I love it, because you're not going to be like feeling trapped in that anymore. You're just going to be like, people are going to say what they're going to say. Haters going to hate. Let it be. Who cares? You know, Temperance, I feel like this is a really powerful card for you, because it's talking about the fact that you're going to be healing so much of that like fear about putting yourself out there and speaking your truth and just being who you are, because you're realizing that like you're angelic as fuck. You are made to do what it is that you're feeling called to do. Like Yod coming out. This talks about if you have a look at this card, they call it the finger of God, and that's because God is literally, it's like in your chart, everything is pointing at this certain energy, and it's saying like this energy is extremely important. You need to put your energy here. This is all. It's not even something that you need to. You just will. Like it's not something that you can actually ignore. Like it's just going to happen, sort of thing. So I want to have a look at what you need to release in order to bring about this like beautiful new energy, and to just really like be the best version of yourself. Ooh, anything that doesn't feel like it's like total self-confidence, as well as maybe not being too assertive and like too fiery, too outspoken. I feel like I said a few times, I feel like your energy is really talking about listening more in order to learn. Speaking less, listening more. So I feel like with the Knight of Cups, the Queen of Wands, and the King of Swords coming out, this is all about like your ability to self-express and to like put yourself out there and really be confident in your own sense of self-expression. I feel like Knight of Cups, I love this. This is real Piscean energy to me. It's real dreamer energy. It's kind of like, I always see this card as like someone that wants to romanticize their life, that wants to romanticize essentially like the path that they're on. It's also extremely creative. So I feel like you guys, and Gemini is really creative energy. It's like I said with the hands before, and with this Leo too, it's all creative. Actually, you have Scorpio, I transform underneath that as well. So you're transforming your relationship to your own creativity, and I feel like you're seeing it as being more valuable than you've ever seen it being before. You know, it's like the realization, like I'm literally getting something like, you know, you go through your whole life being an amazing artist, and you only realize once you reach 26, like, hold on a second, why don't I like start an Instagram page for my art and start like selling it on Etsy? You know, you just don't, it's like, not that the opportunity hasn't been there before, but it's almost like you just didn't really realize until now. And this retrograde is going to be like, realize, okay? You need to realize how much potential you actually have to create something super duper amazing. And I feel like, you know, there's so much like thought here, like you're getting really logical about this too. So it's like planning things and being confident and spiritually connected to all elements of this. I feel like I actually love this energy so much because I feel like this is like really well-rounded and like really understanding of like what you actually need to do in order to bring this into fruition. So I'm gonna have a look at your outcome now because I literally have like 2 minutes left on the camera. I'm sorry, you guys got a shorter reading than group 1, but I didn't want group 1s to be that long anyway, but I can see that I'm literally about to run out of time, so we're gonna cut it short and I don't want to chew your ear off anyway. So outcome, 3 of Swords in reverse. Fuck yeah. Letting go of heartbreak, letting go of heartache, letting go of shit that just, yes, look, 4 of Swords in reverse as well. Progression. You are so healing over this retrograde. This retrograde is going to like literally help you so much. 8 of Pentacles, yes, it's going to be getting you to work. I feel as though you're working on your healing more so than you've ever been like working on it before. I feel like you're resting, you're allowing yourself to rest, you're learning to teach yourself that it's okay to put nourishment and self-care first, because like I was saying, you've got all this beautiful creative energy, all these amazing ideas, but you can't like build them if you're not going to like take care of yourself in order to like maintain that. Because it's one thing to like start something creative and start putting it out there, but it's another thing to like get caught up in it and to like, you know, I talk about this all the time. It's like continuing on in a creative business or creative venture as if you live in the patriarchy, like, you know, as if you're still working a 9 to 5. It ain't the same. You get to do things your own way. So the final card we have for you is the Great Gathering. It's all coming together, intuitive hits and soul tribe. That's right, because you are literally being pushed in the direction that your soul has been trying to like push you in for a long time. But this is kind of like the defining moment. I feel like it's all coming together, literally. Like I was just saying before, I feel like I love your energy because it's all coming together. It's all fitting really perfectly. And number one piece of advice for you is to trust this intuition, trust your third eye, trust what you feel is true because it's right. Ace of Swords is telling me whatever ideas you're having, well, with Gemini, it's brilliant, so trust in it. And the last thing is don't dim to fit in. How are you dimming your light in order? Okay, I literally have 1 minute left because I just had to delete some stuff to do this. So anyway, you guys are no longer going to be dimming your light in any way, shape or form. You're going to be healing this relationship with yourself and realizing how majestic, how royal, how magical, how much of a king/queen you actually are. And you're going to be like really honoring the fact that your ideas are brilliant, that the way you think is brilliant, that the biggest thing for you is having the confidence in yourself to like move in this direction, because there is so much abundance and there are so many blessings that want to manifest for you, but it's just about trusting that and knowing that you can have this and getting to work as well, because I feel like this retrograde is really going to like inspire you to begin like getting serious about everything, you know, planning things, figuring it all out and making it happen. So anyway, that is what I have for you, my loves. Give this video a like if you enjoyed it. Let me know if you are still here with me in the comments, because this was a long one. And yeah, subscribe to my channel if you feel the call, and if you want to book a personal reading, go to my website, Crystalline Priestess. I will see you next time. Love you, bye. Hello group 3, welcome to your reading. If you chose the Black Moon Astrology cards, then this is going to be your reading, my love. So we're going to be having a look at what Venus retrograde is going to be activating, what she's going to be bringing up for you, you know, what she wants to talk about essentially. So okay, first out, Sagittarius. I feel like you guys are going to be seeing clearly. I think you guys are going to be feeling more optimistic, or possibly just like exploring different ways of seeing life and seeing love and seeing relationships and seeing like maybe even the way you actually see yourself. I feel as though you guys have got to focus. You're pointed and you're focused on something. Like I feel like you're aiming that arrow in a way. It feels like this very like almost like enlightening energy. Like I feel like you guys just want to expand your mind. So you might even have like Venus going over through your 9th house. All right. So I don't actually want to take these, but we have Cancer, I feel, and 8th house of ending and beginnings. So Yes, you guys are going to be feeling a lot. I feel like you're going to be essentially like changing things up. Eighth house is all about intimacy and how we feel connected to like others, as well as like deepest levels with that in ourselves. But a lot of the time it does, with the eighth house, talk about like our intimate relationships that we have with others, and then particularly regarding resources and things like that. And the fact that Venus is in Capricorn does mean that we will be having like some you know, it's going to have to do with resources and practicality and things like that. So bottom of the deck energy for you is air element, communicating. Yes, I do feel as though like, you know, this is giving me like mind expansion kind of vibes, especially with Sagittarius. And we have Jupiter return benefits. I love that. I love it. So Jupiter during this retrograde, I think, is actually going to move into Pisces. Don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure that that is true. So I actually feel as though this is going to, and this is what's been interesting, I found that every group, this retrograde has actually been really, really beneficial for. I feel like because Venus retrogrades are quite uncommon, you know, it's kind of like, oh, like retrograde, it's always like a digging up of the past in a way, but this feels like it's been very much needed in the collective. Like, I feel like it's something that we all really need to focus on. And like I said as well earlier and in my intro, like Capricorn is sort of that hardworking, diligent, focused energy. And so I feel as though you're seeing clearly how you can like point your arrow in a certain direction and like create benefit through that to like working towards something. I think you're going to be actually really activating, like the area of life that's going to be activated for you is just, you know, it's the mind, it's thoughts, and it's kind of like the way you see the world. So like I feel as though there's just a lot of optimism coming through, especially with Jupiter and Sagittarius. I mean, Jupiter rules Sagittarius. So, you know, that's where Sagittarius wants to be. I mean, it's where Jupiter wants to be. So it's like a really, really good feeling. It's kind of just feels, because Jupiter likes to expand, you know, Jupiter's all about expansion, and so is Sagittarius. Sagittarius loves to explore the depths of everything. You know, it's interesting because Pile 2 got Gemini and you guys got Sagittarius, which is both ends of the spectrum, you know, they're opposite each other in the zodiac wheel. So it's really interesting. Like, I feel as though this is you guys like broadening your horizons, and I feel like you're really wanting to like expand and see things in like a more abundant perspective. And what's coming up for everyone is essentially abundance a lot. Like, it's really coming up because, you know, it's Capricorn and it's Venus. So we're trying to see, like, you guys are going to start to see just how much abundance and how much like expansion is out there for you. I do feel as though like because as well we have Mars that will be moving, I think Mars is moving into Sagittarius like today that I'm filming this reading. So, you know, Mars is going to be in Sagittarius as well, which is, and the Sun. So, you know, there's a lot of expansive energy, and with Venus here retrograding, you know, it's like expanding on our value and what we see as like the way in which we should spend our time, and making it a little bit more like, I feel like open, because it's not like this closed off energy I'm kind of getting, but it almost just feels like you are like really opening yourselves up more. And it could even be that like you're talking more and expressing yourself more in love and just in general, and just like in life, and just like talking to other people and allowing other people to like express themselves as well. Like, it kind of feels like a back and forth kind of energy. And, you know, I feel as though you guys are going to be like getting to work. Like, you've got something that you really want to focus on, and this Capricorn energy is really not surprising at all. Ryan, can you please open the door and let Doug in? Go in there. Call him, please. He's being a pain. Go on. Thank you. So yeah, like, I feel like you guys are gonna shoot your shot essentially, or, you know, plan on shooting your shot. This could even be like talking with other people about an idea that you have, a business idea in particular, or just talking with employers and talking with other people about like this vision that you have, or whatever, or maybe even like that you need something. You know, for some of you guys, I feel as though it's like telling bosses and employers or people like, hey, I can't work this many hours anymore, because I see that like I really need to take a step back. I need to relax more, I need to chill more, I need to take better care of myself. And I feel like with this Queen of Pentacles coming out as well, you got all Pentacles here, so a lot of this definitely does have to do with like you know, abundance, resources, physical realm things, health, all that sort of stuff. The Three of Pentacles is talking about having support, and I feel like that's what you guys are kind of really going to be realizing and moving through over this retrograde, is finding that support. Like, where can you be more supported by other people? Where can you communicate what you need more, so that you can receive blessings, so that you can be open to, you know, getting what you need? Because a lot of the time we don't realize that we're making things harder for ourselves, because we're just purely not expressing what needs to be expressed. We're just not telling other people that this really doesn't suit me, this really isn't serving me, you know, like I'm working too much, I'm working too hard, I can't do it. So I feel as though you're really getting clear on that, and you're seeing things like from a really broad perspective. And I feel as though, you know, that how they say that saying, like, if it's not going to matter in like a year's time, who cares? That's kind of like the vibe I'm getting. So it's like, say, using the example of someone that's like going in and telling their boss that they don't want to work as many hours. Like, it's kind of like, you might feel really nervous about that. Like, oh my God, I don't want to do that. It's going to be like, oh, I don't want them to be mad at me, or I don't want them to judge me, or blah, 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 you know, whatever the story is. It's overcoming that and essentially just going in and saying, you know what is more important? The fact that I need self-care, the fact that I need to rest, the fact that I need to start putting my time and energy into my own thing. It's like, even maybe some of you guys could have like a side hustle, and you're putting so much work into work and not enough into your business. So it's kind of like, well, where can I take things back in order to expand more? So it's really, really quite a beautiful energy, but it just does feel as though it's like deciding, okay, well, it might feel like it's going to suck to bring this up. It might feel like it's going to be like a really hard, tough conversation, but it needs to be said, it needs to be done. And, you know, in a year's time, are you really going to like be worried about it? In 3 years' time, is it going to be such a big deal? Probably not. So you might as well just do it, kind of thing. So I love that. I really do. I feel like you guys are really going to see things from like a higher, broader, more expansive perspective, and just value maybe freedom a little more. Yeah, freedom. Okay, I feel like you guys are really going to be valuing freedom, because I feel like freedom can like be self-care in a way. Like, think about it. When we feel trapped, when we feel stuck, when we feel like we don't have the freedom to be, you know, like to do what we want, to live life how we want, it really does make us feel sad, you know? It isn't the space that we want to be in order to like attract beautiful blessings, because we feel stuck, we feel trapped, we don't feel worthy, we feel just all around shit essentially. And so this is what Venus is really trying to like bring up for you guys, is seeing how important freedom is, and how much you value it as a person, and how important it is for you to like walk that path. You know, they say walk your talk. Like, are you someone that maybe communicates how much you love freedom and wants to like, you know, is always telling other people like, you know, fuck it, just do what you feel called to do, like, you know, all that sort of stuff. Just kind of talking about like how we all deserve to be free, but do you actually implement it in your own life? That is the question. Or are you kind of like still caught up in other people's opinions? Are you still caught up in competing and pushing and striving and forcing and trying to make things happen, and like just, you know, pushing, or are you allowing things to flow? Because a lot of the time, surrender. Look, the bottom of the deck, literally surrender. A lot of the time we think that we're being one way, and we might actually be being the other. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes we need a bit of like a reality check. I just heard audit, like a self-audit, and this is something that I've actually been doing recently, is writing down, where can I improve? Where have I been sort of like not walking my talk? Where have I been putting more attention into habits that are hindering me more than they're helping me, you know, sort of thing. So it's just getting clear with yourself and like giving yourself kind of, and that's what Capricorn's all about, you know. It's it can be tough conversations, it's hard work, it's hard stuff, it's not easy. Capricorn energy isn't easy, but it's extremely powerful. So I want to have a look at what is Venus teaching you over this. Ooh, oh my God, this Ace of Pentacles, legit, this has come up for every freaking reading. I swear, this Ace of Pentacles, this Queen of Pentacles, and this Eight of Pentacles. It's all about the Pentacles, like, and not surprising at all with Capricorn energy, but literally Ace of Pentacles, there is so much like luck on your side. Like, I just really want to say, like, luck is really, really on your side. So what it's teaching you is to trust in that and to see your vision and see yourself as lucky. I've put the Ace of Pentacles over here on Sagittarius IC. So, you know, the more you expand and broaden your mind and see things just like, you know, differently. And it's not that you need to like see life like from this like whole new lens. It's kind of just like looking at things maybe a little more optimistically. Like, instead of, you know, when something happens and like, say your accommodation for something got cancelled, and instead of like getting all down in the dumps and angry and upset about it, it's kind of just like being like, okay, well, that must have happened for a reason. You know, there's something that happened. What is it trying to teach me? What is it bringing up for me? What is it trying to like push me in the direction of? What would feel really good for me to do instead? You know, just questioning yourself and thinking a little bit more about like what the highest timeline is, or like what the highest road is, like which wolf do you want to feed, that kind of energy. So I love it. I feel like you're learning to, are you serious? Are you serious? Are you serious? What are you freaking learning? What is this teaching you? Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Wands. Are you serious? Like, holy crap, it's teaching you how to have a new beginning, and it's teaching you how to focus on something and put all your energy and effort into something that is really, really good for you. Like, really good for your soul. It's not good for anyone else. It's not like, you know, pleasing anyone else. It's not for anyone else. This is for you. I really feel as though it's teaching you to do things for you. This Ace of Wands is like so creative. It's so passionate. It's so exciting. It's so like high vibe. It's such a high vibe energy. You have like so much luck and creativity and abundance and fun, and like that's the thing with Sagittarius energy as well. Like, it's really fun, and I feel like you guys want more fun. And Eight of Wands, you know, you guys have got a lot of passion in your heart. You know, you've got a lot that you want to communicate and express and put out in the world, and I feel as though this retrograde is going to make you sort of see things clearer so that you can move forward with more clarity as well, because you're like aiming something and deciding, I'm going to go for it, and trusting in that as well. I feel as though it's something that you've been pondering for a long time. It's something that you haven't quite been sure about, like, oh, should I do it? It could be that you felt foggy, and this could be because Neptune had been retrograde for so long, and I should have done a video on that. I mean, I still could, couldn't I? But essentially, Neptune being retrograde made things extremely foggy, extremely cloudy, you know, like we were trying to focus, but like you couldn't. It's like almost trying to like focus an arrow through the mist at a target. Like, you're not gonna hit your target because you got no idea where you're focusing. You got no idea where you're shooting that arrow. As much as you think you do, you're like, I think I'm aiming in the right direction. You're probably not. So it's kind of like finally seeing things clearly, finally seeing things the way they actually are. And I don't think you're kidding yourself, because like Jupiter and Sagittarius as well, like sometimes Jupiter energy can be too optimistic, but I feel like this is good for you. I feel like with 8th house especially coming out again at the bottom of the deck, you know, this is a transformative process for you, because you could be someone that can tend to be quite dark, or you can just have periods where you become quite dark. You really go into those depths of darkness within you. And so, you know, I feel as though, like, I kind of feel like spirit is really talking to you, and I'm getting a lot of throat chakra and third eye sort of activation energy. So I feel as though it's not maybe that you're so much communicating with other people as much over this retrograde, but you're really communicating with the divine. You're really communicating with spirit and with different aspects of yourself that are kind of like calling you into, like, I'm hearing leadership, like literally hearing the word leadership. So whatever it is that you're feeling like you need to like lead charge on, you know, it doesn't have to be that you're the leader of a huge company or the leader of like a social movement or like of like a community or anything like that. It could just be like leading your household, leading your family, leading your life, or even just literally leading your life into the direction that you actually want it to move in, rather than feeling like you're always being like sort of swept up and all that sort of stuff. So the biggest thing for you, the biggest lesson that you're actually gaining is how to communicate and how to speak, I think, with like conviction, and to speak in a way that feels optimistic and abundant and isn't like I don't feel lack energy here whatsoever. Like, this is very high vibe, very abundant, energy, but it's like an energy that you're working on. So it's like you're moving towards this beautiful, abundant future, but you know, there are some curves in the road that you kind of need to like straighten out in a way, like just getting clear on things. And that's what's really coming. And I feel as though like you guys, some of you might even want to make jewelry. I'm definitely getting for some of you guys, like you might actually want to make jewelry on like little earth magic things. Like I'm even seeing terraniums and things like that. So that would be super duper cool. Definitely a green light if that's what you're if you're thinking about. But even weaving, some of you guys might like be weavers and like to like weave baskets and things like that. Like I am getting like things with the hands, things with the mind, just like really expansive things. It's like something that you can put your creative energy in and it can flow through your vessel. If that makes any sense. I don't really know if that made sense just then, but I feel like you guys kind of get me. Like you guys have got this like big broad brain too. But yeah, so I really feel as though like crystals as well could really help you throughout this. I feel like some of you guys, I'm literally seeing like someone putting a big red crystal over their heart. So I don't know if this is like a carnelian or something like that. You guys obviously can do your own research, because I can only really think of a carnelian. What's another red crystal? Ruby? I don't know guys. Even like orange and things like that. But I just feel as though you guys are like going to be really getting spiritual. I do. I feel like you guys are going to be getting like spiritual in the way that you're moving forward. And I think you're like, some of you guys could actually be like tarot readers and things like that and want to actually like do tarot or even filming and stuff. And that's the communication. And it's going to be extremely beneficial for you to like do this. Like I can't tell you enough. There's so much lucky, abundant energy right here, like waiting for you. So essentially I want to have a look at what you need to release in order to bring through this like beautiful high vibe energy, because you know there's such a beautiful, powerful new beginning here, but it is something that you need to like ground into reality and bring down to earth. So 7 of Cups. Get clear. That's the thing, because like I was saying before, I feel like your energy has previously been like foggy and not quite sure, and maybe like a little bit like, you know how when you're really excited about something, like you're kind of talking about, hey, I'm gonna start a new workout routine and I'm gonna like lose all this weight and I'm really excited and I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that and blah blah blah, but then Monday comes and you wake up and you don't feel like doing it. You don't want to do it. You're like, oh, it's a great idea to like talk about it and be like, yeah, I'm gonna do this, you know, but the momentum's faded in a way. Like you don't feel quite the same. So you're like, well, it was a great idea, but am I actually going to do it? Nah. This is you getting clear on the fact that you're actually going to do it. You know, so you need to release confusion is the biggest thing. Meditating, you know, getting clear. And that's why I feel like you're talking to spirit a lot, because I feel like you're really trying to move through this confusion, and the universe is trying to bless you at the same time and show you that you have somewhere to go. Knight of Pentacles, 100%, because it's going to be slow. It's a slow process and it takes time, but it's something that is really going to grow into something eventually. Like I feel as though you're getting to work. So you're needing to release the fact that the fact that things are moving slowly is, okay, how do I say this? It's kind of like I feel you guys, because it's moving slowly, you guys are getting confused. Like you're not quite seeing it the way it is. It's kind of like confusing, you know? It's kind of like, I don't really know what I'm doing. Like, am I just wasting my time? And so I want to tell you, no, you need to release the fact that, you know, things that take time are not worth it, if you know what I mean. Like I feel like some of you guys maybe have grown up with this energy that's just like instant gratification, and if you can't make it happen here and now, then what's the point? So you're really being taught to focus and to, yeah, discipline yourself, like literally discipline yourself, get in that divine masculine energy a bit more, and like, yeah, confidence, work on that self-confidence and that self-love and self-care and just the way you feel in your body, you know. I feel like getting clear on your spiritual practices and actually implementing them every day, you know, doing yoga and things like that, meditating, talking to your spirit guides, talking to your angels, you know, smudging if you like, and things like that. It's kind of like you have to let go of this mindset that tells you that you are stuck, that you will never get anywhere, that you're not going to have this abundance that you truly really want. And This is so interesting because every pile I've done, it really has all been a lot about abundance. And it is a lot about career because, you know, Capricorn, we can't talk about Capricorn without talking about career. And like legacy, really. So you need to believe that you deserve it, that you are capable. That's the main thing, is that you are capable and that the universe is actually on your side. The universe is trying to help you. You're not alone in this. You're not sort of, you know, like so many times we think that we're going it all alone, but we don't realize that we literally have this like huge team of light surrounding us the whole time. But it's kind of like, you know, there are cheerleaders. They're standing there on the side like, come on, you can do it, you can do it. So you need to be your own cheerleader in a way, and you need to see that the vision you have is something powerful, and, you know, see it as something that is going to take time, and that's a good thing. You know, I feel as though some of you guys want to literally build an empire. You want to build something that sustains not only you but your family and generations to come. And so in order to do that, you need to get clear on what that vision is. What do you want it to look like, and what are the steps that it's going to take for you to make that a reality? You know, do you need to wake up a little bit earlier because you kind of, you know, like to get out of bed at 10 and the day is half gone and you don't end up, you know, like just things like that. Like, what do you need to do differently? Do you need to maybe, like I said, cut back on some work hours so that you can create something? It's kind of like you need to get clear on what's going to feel like it's freeing for you. Like, what is freedom to you? What is freedom to you, financially as well as physically? Like, what does that look like, and how can you bring that into your life? Because a lot of the time the problem is purely the fact that we don't see it for ourselves, that we don't see it any other way, that we don't see any other options, that everything is just, you know, it's this way and it can't be any other way. And that's not true. It's just you needing to expand this mindset. Like I said, Jupiter blessings. Spirit wants to be here and bless you, you know, wants you to take charge of your life and to take action, and for you to like no longer be stuck in this feeling of like, it's not like a lackful feeling, but it's just like things are kind of not even stagnant, but that kind of energy. You know, when it's kind of like you're not stagnant, but you don't feel like you're going anywhere fast either, and you're kind of like just idly sitting there in a way. And that's like with this 8 of Wands as well, it's fast moving energy. Like these, it's almost like these, everyone's getting so many aces throughout this retrograde, so it's like so many fresh starts, fresh beginnings, opportunities. Aces are opportunities. It's an opportunity for you to create a lot of wealth for yourself and a lot of abundance, as well as like a lot of passion and joy and just fun. Because I see the Ace of Wands is fun. Like sometimes I literally see this card as like going and getting on mushrooms. So it's like some of you might find that you actually go and get on some mushrooms and it totally opens up your entire mind. Like, let me know if that's you, by the way. Like, I mean, obviously if you want to, but if any of you guys are doing mushrooms over this 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 retrograde, let me know, because that's pretty cool. So bottom of the deck, we have the Devil and the 9 of Swords. So still, what you need to release is attachment to anxiety, to fear. For 2444 on the camera too, this is anxiety that regards your foundation. This is what's really coming up for everyone, is this foundational feeling where we don't have enough. And once again, this is Capricorn energy. So it's like, it's not even that we don't have enough, it's maybe just feeling like the only way for you to have enough is to keep doing something that doesn't fulfill you, that you don't like. You know, Ace of Cups in reverse, another ace. That feels as though, see, when the cup is upright, it's full, but when it's in the reverse, it's empty, you know, that doesn't fill your cup at all. It's kind of like the self-love isn't there, that the joy isn't there, the fulfilled happiness and emotions and freedom is not there. Like, this is literally, we've been talking about freedom, and this is, you have some of the cards of like, literally you have the 8 and the 9 of Swords with the Devil. These are some of the most restricted cards in the deck. You know, like this is major restriction, and that's why I feel like freedom is becoming so prevalent for you over this transit, because I think you're going to be seeing that you value freedom a lot more than you value whatever you've been sort of like putting all your energy into. And I literally feel like some of you guys, you might even like, some of you could even just quit a job and just be like, nah, I'm done. I'm going to jump on my dragon and fly off in a new direction. And I'm not telling you to do anything whatsoever, but you know, some of you guys just probably will be like, nah, fuck it. So yeah, Nine of Swords with the Devil, like release attachment to toxic habits, beliefs, thoughts, things that aren't serving you, man. Like really, it's like being caught up in an illusion. I feel like some of you guys even like stay up way too late. Like what I said before with the getting up earlier. Like, do you have a vision of a life that you want to create, a life that you want to live, but you're currently not living it, in the sense that you want to be someone that gets out of bed and like starts work at, like, you know, gets out of bed at 6 or 7 in the morning and then does all their healthy shit and then gets to work at like 9? And like, if you want that, are you doing it, or are you just kind of like saying that you want to do that, but instead you keep going to bed at like 1 in the morning, and then you find that you don't get out of bed until like 10 or 11? And every day you feel guilty because you're like, well, that's not what I want to do, but you keep doing it. So that's what I mean with this focus. Like, you guys are focusing in on something and going, nope, this is what I want, and I'm going to make it happen, because I'm sick and tired of feeling stuck in this toxic cycle, in this toxic, like, you know, just time loop, essentially. And like, I feel as though you're not going to be mesmerized by it, because sometimes, and this is kind of weird, but sometimes we can get so caught up in our anxiety and our fear-based beliefs and things. And you know what's making me think of that? It's because of this bird. See how the bird is flying around with this, like, to me, the word I'm hearing is illusion. So it's like, we get caught up in the illusion that we are lackful beings, that we don't have a choice, that we're stuck, you know, even the government and things like that. Like, we get caught up thinking that we don't have a say, that we don't have any freedom. And what's really coming up for you guys is freedom. You know, I feel like for some of you as well, you're going to be like saying to the authority, that devil, like, I'm sort of getting like Capricorn, like, screw that, I'm not going to listen to you, I'm just going to do my own thing. So yeah, the biggest thing to release, guys, is just like this feeling that, you know, you're never going to be free. You're never going to get out of this. It's just kind of continuously keep rearing its ugly head and making things more difficult for you, because, you know, you do have the potential for self-love here. You do have the potential to be free. You don't have to fight with everyone. You don't have to compete with everyone. It even could be that you've been convincing yourself that it's going to be harder for you because there's other people already out there doing what you want to be doing. Well, come on, man. That's bullshit. That's a cop-out. I'm just going to say it. That's a cop-out, because I've done that before too. I used to be like, what's the point of me making a tarot YouTube channel, because, well, there's already a million tarot readers out there on YouTube. Well, you know why? Because they're not me. Just like this. They're not you. Like, no one else is you. Your greatest superpower on this earth is the fact that you're you, my friend. So just be you. That's like, literally, it's like, sounds like shitty advice, but it's like the best advice ever. Be you. So let's have a look at the outcome. What is this all going to be? Yay. Bringing forward for my pile threes. What is the outcome of this Venus retrograde? Ooh. Okay, I think some of you guys are going to be revisiting things that you loved as a child. The lovers, things that you're passionate about, things that really inspired you, things that you love. I think for some of you guys too, you like balancing out your masculine and feminine energy, because I'm not seeing this. I mean, you got the Six of Cups and you got the Lovers card. So some of you guys, you know, it could actually be that you find love. Like healing yourself and going in this direction helps you actually find love, or, you know, find forgiveness with someone. Ooh, could even be your family. Could be your mother. For some of you guys, you might find that this retrograde actually literally helps you heal your relationship with your mother, because she could have been some of this toxic devil energy that kind of, like, you know, convinced you that you couldn't have a life of freedom. You know, our parents don't mean to do that a lot of the time. They just teach us what they learned. So that's for some of you. Anyway, I feel though like you guys are going to be getting really, really passionate and really excited about your journey. And I think I love the fact that Temperance came out as your outcome. Like, this is healing, complete and utter healing, like restoration, balance, coming into balance again. And with Knight of Wands, you know, this is that Ace going into the Knight now, because the Knight just wants to take off. You know, he's taking that idea and he's going to like make it manifest with his passion and joy and fun and creativity. And like, I really am getting a lot of like fun vibes from you. And because this Six of Cups is here as well, and you know, you have that Seven of Cups too. So it kind of feels as though like you might have been a kid that was really passionate and fun and really liked to explore and to adventure and to do fun things and silly things, and that might have been stifled out of you as you were growing up, because You know, like I just said, like sometimes our parents don't mean to do it, peers don't mean to do it, but it just kind of is the human experience at this current point in time. And so, you know, we're healing through that. But I think you guys are going to be like getting a bit more of like an optimistic, youthful perspective, like outlook on life. And I think that's what's really healing, is your outlook on life, and you're not seeing things as so like cookie cutter, like, you know, one way, like, oh well, you can only you know, the only way to live life is to work a 9-to-5 job that supports you so that you can buy a house, so that you can get married, so that you can have kids. You know, nothing wrong with that if that's what you want to do at all. Like that's great. Like, I want to bloody buy a house and have kids one day. It's fantastic. But it's kind of like, is that what serves you though? Is that what you really want? Like, think about what you really want. For some of you guys, like, it could be that you don't want to live like that. You want to live in a van. You want to travel around the country in a van, or you want to travel the world, or, you know, you don't want a conventional job. You want to just like freelance randomly and literally, like I just said, live in a van, be able to like sleep at the beach, do different things. Like, I don't feel as though you guys are meant to live like this super duper conventional life. I feel like there's this passion and this inspiration that lives inside you that wants to come out, that wants to like thrive and like, you know, just bless its way into your life. And so the best way that you can do that is to release all this fear and negativity and like it literally sometimes toxic thinking is like a drug, like, and anxiety is kind of like a drug. Like, it's like how I was talking about before with the illusion. Like, we get so caught up in it that we think that it's like everything, you know. We can't let it go. It's literally addictive. That's why the devil rules addiction, you know. It's addictive sometimes, well, all the time. Like, we get addicted to our own habits of thought, and because I can't remember what it is, but it's something like 95% of the thoughts that you think every day are the same thoughts that you thought yesterday. So can you imagine your life, how much your life would change if you decided to turn those 95% of thoughts that were the same as yesterday to maybe 50%, to maybe 30%? You know, like, how can you create new thoughts and start to practice them? That's what's really coming up, is like practicing a new way of being, and a more optimistic, passionate, free-flowing, expressful, I don't even think that's a word, but just exciting view. And also like balancing things out and structuring your life in a way that feels like it brings you joy and passion and doesn't restrict you. You know, it's like, yes, you might want to get out of bed every day at 7, but you don't need to get out of bed and like force yourself to like do 10 things and then get to work by like 9. Like, it's kind of like this feeling of like flowing with life a little more, and communicating that as well, and speaking up and telling people, you know, telling family members maybe even, like, can you please just like not dump on my shit essentially. Like, can you please just like not bring me down when I want to talk about this, because we're different people. I have a different view on life. The way I see life is different to you. So can we just accept that so that we can both move on and enjoy our lives? Because I'm not here to please you, you're not here to please me. So let's just stop trying, okay? So anyway, let's pull one last card for you guys. I'm sorry, this reading's gone on longer than I was expecting, but I kind of feel like I just wanted to like let Spirit talk through this one. I mean, it always does, but yeah, I just feel as though Spirit really wanted to talk. Like, Venus was like, I have to speak. Okay, so we have at the bottom of the deck, the initiation, rite of passage and crossing the threshold. That's exactly what this is. This is an initiation for you, this retrograde. Like, it's initiating you into expansion, like literally, like into just growing and shifting and changing so much. And maybe this initiation is literally like you needing to speak up in order for you to like have this initiation, you know? Like, look at all the darkness in that card. In the background, like it looks terrifying, you know, there's lightning and everything, it's crazy. But then in the middle there, through there, once you step through the doorway, once you step through the threshold, then you become someone brand new, and it's like a whole new exciting adventure. So the last card you have is leap. You go first. The universe will catch you, exactly, because you've been afraid to leap. You've been letting the anxiety eat away at you, and, you know, convince you that this is silly, that this isn't something that you should do, that you should like keep holding back. And no, it is not that time. You are ready to go. Trust your intuition. You're being called in a certain direction for a reason. Like, you know, if you feel something in your heart, it's for a reason. If you want to do something, it's for a reason. So trust that, listen to it. Because if you listen to the things that call to your passion, that call to your soul, you're going to find that the universe will literally bless you. That everything will work out exactly as you want it to. And I'm not going to say you're not going to have struggles, because we all do. And the universe is always going to throw you tests. But the universe will always catch you as well. The universe has always got a plan. You know, it's always, everything is divine. It's very well orchestrated, and you are not alone. So, no way. Soul family, call in your tribe. You don't have to do it alone. Are you serious? Did I just say that? And then this can't just say that too? Like, legit, call upon your angels, your ancestors, your higher self. You don't have to do this journey by yourself. And that's the thing. You know that you're not doing it by yourself, but really know that now. I think you are going to be communicating with spirit so much. And this is your advice too, is like, they're calling. Can you please speak with us? You know, for some of you guys, I feel as though like cetacean medicine will be really, really good for you. So like whales and dolphins and things like that. It could even be like listening to, sometimes I do this. I go on YouTube and I look up, whale healing frequencies, or like cetacean frequencies, dolphin frequencies, like meditations and things like that. Look it up, it's there, and it's really, I don't know, I really love listening to them. They really do have this like beautiful energy as soon as you get up in it. And so that's like freedom. Like I was saying, you are a being that wants to be free. Look how free those dolphins and whales are. There's no one telling them what to do. You know, you never, I mean, except for things like SeaWorld and things like that, right? We see how bad SeaWorld is. We see how cruel it is to put a free being in a cage, in restriction, you know what I mean? So this is you. Think of yourself the same way. Yeah, we can see it being wrong for the dolphins and that, but it's wrong for you too. You know, where do you feel like you're kind of caged like a poor SeaWorld dolphin? Time to set yourself free, to jump out of the water, to be free, to see yourself as the remarkable being that you are, and to know that you are so guided, you are so protected on this journey. You know, you're not doing anything alone. You are exactly where you're meant to be, and this is pushing you in the direction of your ultimate fulfillment. You're going to be so happy. You're going to be really happy as you move through this. So there's a lot of healing coming for you, my love. Anyway, sorry that this went on for so long. Let me know in the comments if you are still here with me, because I am freaking impressed. Thank you so much for listening, for, you know, being here to receive this reading, and for just showing up. If you liked it, please give this video a thumbs up, because it really helps, and make sure you subscribe to my channel, because I'm going to be uploading weekly videos. If you want to book a personal reading with me, I know Christmas is coming up, we might want some Christmas cards, then that is in the description box below. You can also head to my banner on my YouTube. My website is crystallinepriestess.com. And yeah, make sure you also check me out on TikTok and Instagram, and make sure you check out your song, because you might find that there are extra messages in your song for you. Okay? So I love you so much, and I hope you have a beautiful Venus retrograde. There is so much healing for you, and I can't wait to see how you feel, you know, on the other side. Let me know how this went, okay? So I love you so, so much, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.